Alright guys, today is laundry day and you might be laughing, but if you're really serious about going off grid, laundry is something that you have to sit down and have a plan for. I'll tell you our story real quick. What happened when we moved out here, we had a plan. We got rid of our washer and dryer back in Wisconsin, and then we came here. We thought, we'll just buy a washer and dryer, hook it up, we'll get a big old propane tank up here. We'll convert the dryer to propane, convert the washer to, and we'll be set, right? It won't use a lot of electricity. Well, it wasn't that easy of a plan. Number one, when we came out here, we only had a shell. So we really had no place to live. And my husband was having one of those meltdowns, which was not good. So we didn't have a washer and dryer. That was the last thing on our list. And my husband didn't care about washing his clothes at all. He wanted to finish the house. So I would haul buckets up to that spring and haul down really cold mountain water to do my laundry. And oh, that was so fun. It was sunny out and I'm out there washing the clothes and wringing them out and hanging them out on the line. No, it really wasn't that fun, trust me. Even when I got the solar bags and I warmed up the water, it wasn't that fun. So that's why I'm saying, please, let's get a plan before you move off grid so you don't end up being like me. When we finally did enclose the house, we did buy a washer and a dryer. But here's the thing, people. Not every washer and dryer is the same. The first purchase we made at Sears was a very energy efficient, high-tech Sears special electronic washer and dryer. You could double stack it. Well, electronics take electricity, sometimes a lot of electricity. And when you're trying to do just regular laundry, it was a little bit too high scale for us. It just didn't work with our system. So we ended up taking back the big fancy washer and dryer, and then we got a real basic washer and dryer with the push-pull thing and no electronics. Okay, so number one, you're looking at washers and dryers. Stay away from the electronic ones. And number two, we have a spring that is gravity fed and the water comes into our house. You don't want a washer that's going to take a lot of water or need a lot of pressure. So that's some other things that you have to think about. Water, how much that washer is going to use, and if it's electronic, and how much electricity it's going to use. Even if it's propane, there's still going to be some electricity used for that. Okay. So that was kind of our second faux pas and learning experience. Then we never did get that wonderful propane tank up here. We were supposed to get a big propane tank up here, convert the washer and dryer to propane, and it just never happened. So what ended up happening is in the summertime it was no big deal. I'd wash my clothes and hang them out on the line. It was fine. And we get actually a lot of sun all the way from March till, let's see, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, all the way into fall. Cloudy months around here, only December and January and February usually. Now this month we had, this winter I should say, we had a little more cloudy days than expected. And you have to think about laundry on those days too, because if you hooked yourself up to a dryer, you're going to be using a lot of electricity, a lot of propane, or whatever your setup is. So instead what I ended up doing is, since I never had the dryer hooked up, ever, it's still sitting there like wrapped in plastic, I learned how to hang everything up in the house. I have all these wonderful antlers, and I know sometimes it bugs my husband. And I know maybe you don't have all antlers like this either, so you're going to have to figure out a way. Think about your drying, if you have enough space. My husband was going to put like pulleys in here, which never transpired. He was going to put ropes up here. That never transpired. But what did transpire is I ended up buying some drying racks. And stay away from the wood ones because they fall apart after a year. My rack fell apart. But I did just buy a really cool, you probably see back here, a really cool rack. In fact, I bought two. I always buy two of everything. This thing is like really heavy duty. It's very stable. It's made out of some type of aluminum. Really easy to snap together. This is stuff you can purchase ahead of time too. A drying rack in the summertime probably would have helped me a little bit better than we had a real makeshift clothesline too. And that's the other thing. Where are you going to put the clothesline? we're in a construction area, and even the clothesline was kind of a real hassle. We couldn't find trees to
Okay,
you know,
so
to tie this stuff.
seriously,
I'm trying to tell you people, so you don't have to go through what we went through. Laundry is something that you're going to have to address. So get a notebook and write this stuff down. Start with your electric source or your propane source or your generator, whatever your source of energy is going to be, and then start looking at what type of wash and dryer you're going to get, and start scanning the internet to see, is it going to work with your setup? Is the pressure in your house, your water source, going to be enough? You may end up moving into an off-grid setup where you've got plenty of solar array. It's very large. You've got propane tanks. You've got generators. Some people really live a pretty normal lifestyle in some of these houses that I've seen them. You know, even out here off-grid, you would never guess they were off-grid because they had all the convenience of home and high electricity use, but they've got big battery banks and big PVA arrays, and that's great. But I want, you know, you see how we live. A lot of people think we're savages because our array is very small and we don't use a lot of electricity, and we hang up our clothing on the deer racks, you know. So, you know, it works for us. But you have to figure out what's going to work for you. Laundry, laundry, laundry. Think about it. That's all I've got to say. So hopefully I won't have any more laundry to do. At least not this week. Alright guys, thanks for watching. And if you have any comments, leave them and I'll try to answer. Alright. God bless.
well, I'm going to give you guys an idea of when you're running laundry. And this is actually a washer that is energy efficient. It's on spin cycle right now, and I want you to look at the amps that it's taking to spin that washer out, you know, 12 to 14. Okay, so think about that when you are going off-grid and you're addressing your laundry needs, because it is going to take some amperage. Now, see, now the spinning has stopped, so we're down to 0. And the laundry is done. I know this sounds goofy, but I'm going to show off that rack I was talking about. And if you're trying to figure out what you're going to do with drying during the winter or even the summer, these racks are really nice to have. This one is really heavy duty. My other one that was made out of wood finally fell apart after a year or so. This is something that you can buy ahead of time. Buy 2 or 3 of these racks and bring them to your off-grid homestead. They are great for drying inside and outside. And they fold up lickety-split so they can be stored in a small spot. And as you see, they hang a lot of clothes. So, and that's if, you know, I use this up here also for drying. It works really good, but probably not a good idea, because most husbands probably won't go for that.